Good morning, Vancouver, and welcome to this morning's interview. We are so excited to interview today two young people, two young Filipinos who have made a difference in this world, of course, one from Canada and one from the United States. They're going to talk about AquaGoat with us today. I don't know what it is, and that's why they're here to explain it to us. You know, us seniors, we need a little bit of explanation on this, so I'm going to give the floor to them when it comes to that. So please help me welcome these youngsters, Patrick Aberin and Janelle Fortaleza. Hi, good morning, guys.
Hello, good morning. It's nice to
Well,
be here.
thank you so much for allowing us to do this, because I was telling Tita Rolly, I was so proud of all of you and all of your endeavors. And so we need to know a little bit more about AquaGoat, and you're here to tell us a little bit more about it. Okay, so what's the history behind AquaGoat, and what is AquaGoat for us as starters? Who'd like to start?
I guess I could take the floor on this. So, what is AquaGoat? So initially, AquaGoat started off as what we would call in the crypto community as a meme coin, as in it was just a joke, just like Doge, right? It was
Okay.
just a joke. And so for me myself, I really got interested in it just because of the name.
Mhm.
I really thought that the name was very unique, and so I became an initial investor. Now, after becoming an initial investor and kind of joining the Telegram group that formed with the token, I was tapped on to be a chat mod for the group. And after formulating the group chat for all of the chat mods, it really grew organically from there. It started off with, hey, I applied for this application to be listed on a cryptocurrency site. Afterwards, it was, hey, I created this website. I created the Twitter, right? So it was a very organic growth. Through the team, we were able to change it from just being a joke to really having a purpose. So the purpose of AquaGoat is to create passive income for everybody in the network that holds AquaGoat. Holding AquaGoat allows you to earn interest based on how much you hold compared to the total supply. And you're generating interest from every transaction. Every transaction has a 4% fee, and a portion of that 4% fee is redistributed to all holders. So it doesn't matter how much you hold. It doesn't matter whether you're a big holder or a small holder, but you are constantly generating passive income. This allows you to build up your hold of AquaGoat without having to reinvest. And of course, because it's a cryptocurrency, as it appreciates, even your interest will also appreciate in value. Now, with our ecological aspect, of course, with the name AquaGoat, we really wanted to have this focus on the ocean. And so our main focus is not just creating passive income for our network, but also being able to help fund and also lead ocean conservation efforts. So the group has because it's a community-run project, we do have community polls to be able to kind of vote on what direction we want to go. And so with our very first charity poll, the entire community came together and they voted for the ocean cleanup. They researched advanced technologies to be able to help clean the ocean of plastics. And so we've already donated to them. Our donation was thankfully confirmed as well by the organization. And we are now on our next steps. We're having another community poll for our next beneficiary. Yeah.
So AquaGoat is basically, it all started as a meme. And everybody knows that a meme is something that makes us laugh. It's something that we see on the internet or on screen or online. And how did it develop into some sort of a charity organization? From what I'm hearing from you, it's one of its main objectives is really to create funds for works of charity, especially for cleaning up the ocean.
I can break down kind of how it formed into a charity organization. So again, kind of going back to the beginning, when AquaGoat started, it was just a meme. And so as the team kind of started to form, we started to brainstorm and we got to talking because you can only get so far being a meme. Of course, there's already Doge. So in a sense that that market is already oversaturated.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started looking into, what else can we do? What else can we do to really drive,
That
like,
matters.
yeah, something that matters, right? Because of course, like, cryptocurrency makes people money, of course, and it's a form of payment. But we really wanted to branch out and really be able to make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And so during our brainstorm sessions in the first early days, one of the leads kind of just mentioned, hey, I mean, our name is AquaGoat. Why don't we go for a charity aspect, right? Why don't we go towards saving the oceans? And we thought that's really unique, that's really different, and we really wanted to be kind of one of the first projects to be able to pioneer that kind of charitable, ecological aspect in cryptocurrency. Because we don't think that there was any fully established cryptocurrency yet that had really accomplished that. It was mostly utility in the crypto space, either as a form of payment or a form of data transfer, blockchain technology. And now that those fields of cryptocurrency have been developed, now I think it was important to step out into the social aspect, right? And now we really wanted to go with the aspect of voting with your dollar, right? And of course, as people choose to invest into the project, they're also able to choose into helping our oceans. Of course, with so much pollution going on in the world, we want to do as much as we can to be able to save it.
That's awesome. A cryptocurrency with a heart. That's what I say it would be, right? And that's how Janelle got involved in this, right, Janelle?
Yeah. So, Patrick first told me about AquaGoat maybe 5 days after the start of the project. And the thing is, in the cryptocurrency world, things move so fast. Mm-hmm. Like if you think that stocks move fast, if you have like one of those apps where you track your stocks, like the cryptocurrency world is a roller coaster. And so he told us about it, and I was unfamiliar with cryptocurrency. And so but the more that he was telling me about the project and the goal of like saving the oceans and cleaning up the oceans, the more that I got like invested in it. And so one night we were actually staying up with some relatives until like 4 a.m, trying to like figure out how to get invested in this project, because it's not as simple as downloading an app the way that you would buy like some of the larger cryptocurrencies, because we are only about 23, 24 days old. There's a lot of different like steps that you have to go through. And so, we stayed up really late trying to figure it out, because once I found out about the ocean cleanup aspect of it, I was like, okay, I'm in. I really want to do this. And so now I'm part of like a team of about 30 that support Patrick and Stephen and the other, and Cody, the other mods, Jeff, the other core developers. So my role is I wanted to focus on the charity outreach aspect, and I don't want to give out names yet because like we're still in the process of working with them. But I've definitely reached out to some major electronics and conservation like charities, and they already got back to us. The real world does not move as fast as the crypto world. So, like as I'm working with these people, like we're growing more and more investors. We have 70K investors now who are like waiting for like our next big project, so it's really exciting. But I don't want to give away the names of the people yet until we've like, secured our partnership with them. But it's really exciting because I have a lot of connections with people like, with these organizations, like friends of friends of friends, and once they heard about us, they're like, yeah, like, let's partner. But in terms of like ocean cleanup, like, I don't know if people realize like how detrimental like the trash that people like that humans as a whole have like dumped into the ocean. Like we have like a landmass worth of ocean debris, twice the size of Texas is what they say. And Texas does everything big. So twice the size of that's just floating around in the ocean that we can't do anything about right now. And then even outside of that like giant landmass that's just floating, or garbage mass that's just floating in the ocean, like far away from that, there's all of like every what's it called, one of the groups that I'm talking about who actually directly does the ocean cleanup, they drag nets through the ocean, right, with their boats. And then they said literally every single time they drag their net, there is never a time that they pull out their net and there's not plastic in there. And as plastic disintegrates in the water, right, the fish eat it, or the plankton eat it, even like it goes up the food chain and then we eat the fish. So not only does it pollute like the environment, but we're literally polluting our bodies with all the plastic and stuff that's being put into the ocean. Every time I talk about ocean cleanup, I get like on my soapbox and start preaching about it.
Oh, but not at all. You sound like me sometimes in my classroom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm a teacher, so like I get really like passionate about it. So now I'm doing the outreach, the charity partnership arm, and just like as a side note, because this like our focus is on the charities, but at the same time, investors like earn money for their contributions, and I did want to mention that like my initial investment is probably about 10 to 20 times what I originally put already. And we're such a young project. We're only listed on one exchange, as Patrick will probably talk about. So, so that means we're just beginning. So anybody who's like investing with us now, they're probably on this roller coaster ride of a really high highs and really low dips, so it gets scary because that's how cryptocurrency is, especially in the decentralized like platforms. So it gets really scary. Sometimes people will get scared, like, oh, why is it dipping? And then get really excited when it gets high. But for people who like are serious investors who really actually care about our mission, like they're all holding on to their investments. And we know that this is just the beginning. We're only listed on one exchange and like a few more are coming up just in a matter of, Patrick, I don't know, like really, really soon. So we know that, that this is going to be something big.
Well, absolutely. And we're certainly going to wait for that level of success that AquaGoat is going to reach anytime, within the next few months, I'm sure, even the next few weeks. And it's so wonderful that to have something like this to invest in, especially during this time of, challenges and difficulties. You guys still come up with such wonderful ideas, not only to help the financial world, but also the world itself, like cleaning up the ocean. Wow, what could be better than that, right? Two birds with one stone. And so I was talking to Patrick a while ago, and I said, the article I read about AquaGoat finance and all these things, to be honest with you, I only understood half of it. And so what you could probably do is do us a favor and maybe break it down into smaller parts for us to understand. Those who are, I'm not an investor myself. If I ever did, I have some blue chips in the Philippines, but that's it. So maybe you can break down what AquaGoat is and how this kind of investment is not only good for us personally, but also good for the world.
For sure. So I guess I'll start with what I would say is like the technical jargon, right? So in crypto terms, AquaGoat is a yield generating AquaGoat is an automated liquidity locking and yield generating protocol. So that sounds just like a bunch of words. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
so
in English, please.
Yeah. So to put it simply, the way AquaGoat works is that it started as a smart contract. That is kind of the basis of all cryptocurrencies. Is they start as a contract that dictates how they operate, right? So this contract dictates what the supply is, the transaction fee associated with it, how it affects transfers, buys, sells, every transaction in the network. So it started off as a smart contract. And so the way the contract works is that with every transaction using AquaGoat, a portion is moved to liquidity, which is, it allows transactions for AquaGoat to operate smoothly, and when it comes to buying and selling, that liquidity pool goes up and down. But the more liquidity that is in the pool, the less impactful that sells become, and it allows AquaGoat to maintain a higher price floor over time. It allows it to organically grow its price over time, even without the constant up and down. The minimum price, so to say, continually goes up, and because the liquidity is locked, there's no way for anybody to be able to pull that liquidity out. In the crypto world, we call that a rug pull, where people will pull the liquidity and suddenly your currency is worth nothing. So the liquidity secures the value and it allows for ease of transactions. Now, for the yield generating aspect, a portion of every transaction is also redistributed to holders. So this allows for passive income, interest generation. And what we've found in our research, actually, of kind of monitoring even our own investments into this, was that this was really generating interest a lot faster than a conventional savings account. When you go to your bank and you open up that high interest, 1.25% or 2% like annual interest account, when you actually invest into AquaGoat, we were finding that people could generate 1%, within a few days. And especially in times of high volume, when you're able to ride those huge price swings up and down where volume is huge and there's a lot of transactions, like you're building more than 1% sometimes every day.
AquaGoat is like a regular investment where you put in a certain amount, and then any time that you would like to take it out, that also is possible. Yes.
Yes, definitely. So there is no, it's not like the contract. Again, it's not like the smart contract is like it's gonna lock your funds or anything. It's just like kind of buying, normal cryptocurrencies on a normal exchange. You can just as easily buy and just as easily sell. There is no kind of like, there's no time lock or anything. There's nothing preventing you from cashing out. So, if you invested today and you're up a little bit, you're more than welcome to pull out some of your investment. There's no time frame or limitations as to when you want to buy or sell.
Okay. Patrick, can I jump in just because
Yes.
I feel like you are way more familiar with the world, with the crypto world, and
Yes.
and I'd like to offer perspective from somebody who's new and
Of course.
enthusiastic about learning.
Of course.
So this world it's just like investing, right? But it moves really fast, like I'd mentioned before. And also it's like, instead of investing your dollar money directly in, because we're still starting, you actually have to buy a cryptocurrency to buy AquaGoat. And then when you withdraw your money, you exchange your AquaGoat for that cryptocurrency and then get your money back, and then convert that into money. So BNB is the way that you buy, is the cryptocurrency that you buy with your dollars. And then the BNB is what you use to buy AquaGoat. And BNB is what you use to buy pretty much all of the decentralized crypto. And so that was the thing that made it so difficult for me to understand how to invest, because it was like, why can't I just buy AquaGoat directly? Here, take my money. Why can't I just buy it directly? But that's how this world works. And in a way, even though it's so complicated to do it, I actually wrote a step-by-step guide for it started out with a step-by-step guide for my relatives, because we would get so many phone calls of relatives wanting to invest. And then I ended up sharing it with people, and then those people started sharing it with people. So now it's open to anyone to read. But I wrote 2 different step-by-step guides so far. There's 15 to 20 steps on each guide, but I tried to break it down as easy as possible, because even I was okay, I don't understand how to invest in this. And then there's also a guide at the end on how to withdraw your money too. So that's the good part. As we grow and get listed on larger exchanges, the process will become more streamlined and more easier to get invested in. thing about that is if you were to wait to get invested until we're like on the larger platforms, then it's like you don't get to be part of the early group who like really like supports the organization first of all, but also like the earlier you get in, the more bang for your buck you get, when you invest. So while we're low, like, while we're at a dip, for example, like that would be the best time to invest in us. Once you reach the amount that you're like, oh, like I'm happy with my investment, like usually the courteous thing to do is to take out money a little bit at a time instead of like your entire investment all at once. So that way, like it doesn't cause like a huge drop in the price. But the great thing about that is that you get to withdraw your investment as BNB, and then you can let it stay as BNB, like on the Binance Smart Chain, and either, put it into your bank account, convert it back into cash, or reinvest it like later on if you decide like, oh, actually, you know what, I want to reinvest again, so that middle ground is actually like kind of a positive thing. And it's also a positive thing that we're, like there are, other ocean conservation projects out there who like fundraise in the normal traditional way. And it's like great. And they're doing a great job. I think the fact that we are a cryptocurrency and that we started in this space, we're actually getting the attention of a whole different audience than what would be like the traditional way of raising money for charity. So because we're starting in the cryptocurrency space and generating income for people who invest at the same time, like I think that I believe the potential of our project is going to be huge because of that aspect, and because of the new kinds of donations and the new kinds of investors that we are attracting in this space.
And of course, at any point in time, like, for people like me who really need help when it comes to investing, I'm sure you have people who can help us out, right?
Yeah. So our whole team is available like to talk. We're actually on so many different social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, which is like the most busy and active one. Discord also is very, very active. What are the other ones? TikTok. We have a whole social media team that we like put together really fast to like take care of each of those platforms. So the easiest way would be to reach out to us through those platforms. Contact information for the lead developers are also on the website. And yeah, we're available for questions all the time.
Okay, so let's say, for example, somebody like me says, okay, Patrick, okay, Janelle, I have like $100 in my pocket right now, and I'd like to invest that $100 with you guys. Who do I go to? And how will I be able to track how much my $100 has already made?
So like I said, I made that step-by-step guide. So let's say that you wanted to invest your $100, right? First of all, I could send you that step-by-step guide. But just to give you an overview, you would have to download an app. So there's a couple of ways to do this. There's one way where you could use your $100 to go to Binance.com, buy BNB through there. And then you would have to download either Trust Wallet or MetaMask Wallet. They're apps that you can get on your phone. And then you would they're basically like wallets for your cryptocurrency, like highly secure wallets that you have to write down a 12-word seed phrase that you cannot share with anyone, because that's the key to unlocking your money in those wallets. But you would transfer the BNB from the Binance website into those wallets. And then those wallets have an internal browser, like the way that you would browse a website on your phone. They have an internal browser that you would put the exchange website into. And then from there, you would use the BNB to buy the AquaGoat in the internal browser. Okay. And then there's different settings and configurations that the step-by-step guide walks you through, because like you have to look at slippage tolerance and you have to look at the price point, like price impact, so that is a little bit like complicated to walk through like out loud right now, but we can definitely give you the link to the guide and stuff for anybody who's interested. So that's like the more complicated roundabout way, and especially for US citizens, we have even extra steps that we have to do. But for those of you in Canada, it's a little simpler, and the simplest way is to actually go through Trust Wallet. You can do all the steps through. You can buy the BNB on the Smart Chain network through the app. And then the guide walks you through how to configure the app so that you can buy the BNB directly on it. And then go to the internal website or internal browser, copy and paste the website link, and then buy it through PancakeSwap is the name of the website. Because if you go directly to PancakeSwap on a regular browser, they're going to ask you for BNB to convert into AquaGoat. And then the only way to do that is to connect your wallet. So that's why it's the easiest. That's the easiest way to do it. I hope that's not more confusing. but basically, Trust Wallet is the app that you want to get. Yeah. It's even though so doing it that way, it costs a little bit more, like the what's it called, the transaction fees and stuff are a little bit higher if you do it just through the app, rather than if you buy the BNB through Binance.com. The fees are smaller, but it's just extra steps. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't more confusing.
I'm sure I'll get a hold of that somewhere sometime within the next, I don't know, century. But but for sure, for like I said, for very conservative investors like me, and I'm sure a lot of the people who will be future investors in any of these cryptocurrency and projects like yours, of course we would assume that they would be people who are about to retire, people who are already stable with their finances and all that. I'm sure that millennials and Gen Xers would also be interested in investing for sure, and they would understand this better than us Gen X's would, right? But by now, investors, the pool of investors that you're probably looking at are the Gen Xers and some who are still here with us, the baby boomer generation. And so this is something that is really foreign to us, and therefore, if ever it could be further simplified, I'm sure that you will get more investors for AquaGoat. So any final words from Patrick regarding investing in AquaGoat and how important it is to invest in cryptocurrency such as this, and an investment in a project such as this, because it not only allows you to put your money where it could do a lot of good, because it does do a lot of good, especially for the projects that you're supporting. So any final words from you, Patrick?
For sure. So I would just like to say that, with AquaGoat, not only are you investing into a cryptocurrency that allows you to generate passive income, but you're also making a positive impact on the planet by allowing us to help fund ocean cleanup and ocean conservation initiatives. You're able to vote with your dollar. And of course, as the ocean continues to have these drastic effects with reduced marine biodiversity, depleting ecosystems, aquatic quality is reducing, we want to be able to help contribute to be able to embetter the environment. Now, with regards to cryptocurrency, I would just like to say, please invest at your own risk. Cryptocurrency is highly volatile. There are crazy price swings. It is very, very natural to see 10 times up and then 10 times down in literally the matter of hours. So, you need to have a bit of a strong stomach, but like we always say, don't paper hand, diamond hand, and hold on for dear life.
Absolutely. And Janelle?
Yeah, I just want you to know that you can trust that this team is here for the long run, that we're all very invested in this project and have put in our own money and our own like work hours outside of our normal jobs to make sure that this project like really comes to life and really soars. So just wait. By this time next year, you're going to be hearing about AquaGoat like a lot more. So if you are interested in, you know, putting that faith in us and like making that risk step that Patrick was saying, this is the early time to do it because you're going to be seeing us around more.
Well, thank you so much, Patrick and Janelle. Thank you, and keep up the good work. I know it's a lot of hard work, but you know we certainly in the Filipino community are very proud of you. Two youngsters, a Filipino Canadian and a Filipino American, on the AquaGoat Finance team.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you, and more power to you. God bless you both.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you
having
for having
us.
us.